Good afternoon, Mr. Lee. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
From what I understand on the phone call I received from you, it seems like you're going through a lot at home. Do you mind telling me what's going on?
Yes, ma'am. I just received report card. It had two D's on it.
Hmm.
My family expected more of that of me, and I feel like I disappointed them.
Okay. You said you got D's on your report card. Do you usually get D's, or are you usually a good student?
I'm usually a good student.
Okay.
Lately, I fell off track. Hanging with the wrong crowd,
Hmm.
drinking, doing drugs, partying.
Okay. And this crowd that you're hanging with, I mean, they're a crowd that you just started hanging with. You said, right?
Yeah, recently.
Okay. And how does your family feel about that crowd? Are you hiding that crowd from them?
Yeah, pretty much. They want to improve the friend that I have.
Okay. Um, so what are you, I know you said your family is disappointed in your grades, but how do you feel about getting D's? Does it bother you at all or,
Um, yeah, it bothered me because I feel like I disappointed them.
okay.
So that's why it bothers me.
So other than the fact that you disappoint them, it doesn't really matter if you got D's or not?
I mean, yeah, it matters, but it more matters because I disappointed them because they expect me to have straight A's and
Mm.
go to college.
Okay, so the fact that you disappoint your family, what has that like done to you emotionally? Like, how do you, besides feeling like you disappointed them, from your phone call, it seems like you were thinking about harming yourself in some kind of way.
Yeah, I have thoughts, killing myself, um, because I feel like I disappointed my family by not doing what they expect of me,
Right.
and I feel like I'm no good to them, and they treat me different now that I'm falling off track in school.
So you said, also said on your phone call that you wanted to jump off of a building. I mean, to get bad grades, I know it's disappointing, but your family is going to be more disappointed at the fact that you decided to take yourself, remove yourself from the family. So
I felt like that was better for me to do that. The way they coming at me about my grades, and they feel like that's more important to them than me.
I don't believe that they feel like that's more important than you. I believe that they just want you to do. They know your potential, and they know that you can be better than what you're doing. Um, the feelings that you're having, I will. They're normal feelings for your situation. Um, but to go through with something that you've witnessed be successful by other people, it's just not the way to go. If you sit down and have a discussion with your family, I'm sure that they would feel the same way. To remove yourself from the family because of grades, even though it is important in your family, I believe that the end result wouldn't be the best decision. Um, so do you think that maybe you could start with getting rid of this crowd? Maybe start hanging with a different crowd, the crowd that you were hanging with before you started.
Um, at first, I was an outcast. I didn't really have much friends,
uh
so I felt accepted when they accepted me.
Right. Okay. Um. Well, how do you try to make friends? Are you sociable? Do you talk to people?
Not really sociable like that. So when I got with this crowd, I felt like it was family. Like they liked me for me.
Okay. But you do notice that the things that they're doing aren't right things,
I
right?
mean, at the time, I didn't care because I had friends.
Right.
Like people.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with being alone. I understand that you want to have friends and you want to be accepted, but you could also have friends and be accepted in a crowd that's going to be positive for you and positive for, what you're trying to do in life. Um, I would recommend that you try to not completely just leave the crowd. Maybe distance yourself from the crowd for a little while, and then, try and focus more on your studies. And if you have to be alone for a little while to get through your grades, to get your grades up, then, that's fine. Being alone is better than being around people who aren't good for you. And, maybe in your studying, you'll be able to find somebody who wants to study with you. And then you'll have a study partner. Then you won't be alone. And then you'll be accepted, and you'll have your good grades. Does that sound like something that you would like to do?
That sounds something like I like to do.
Okay. Well, other than getting rid of the crowd, I believe that, your family should come in and speak with me also, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. I think that'll be a good idea. Definitely, because if they don't listen to me when I try to talk to them.
Okay, and what have you tried to talk to them about?
About my situation, stuff I'm going through. Me losing focus in school and getting addicted to drugs.
Mm-hmm. What kind of drugs are you addicted to?
Marijuana, crack cocaine, stuff like that.
Crack cocaine. Wow. Okay. So you need to get help with your drug addiction first. Okay. That's a totally different ballgame. What I would suggest is for you to get some type of drug counseling. And that will probably have the fact that you're addicted to drugs would have something to do with your feeling suicidal. Because drugs, on top of the problems that you already are having, drugs can make the problem worse.
I feel like the drugs help me get away from my problems with my family. That's why I do it.
Okay. So basically the root of the problem is the family life. If you could get your family life situated, then you'll feel like you're better off.
It seems like if I don't do good in school, I'm nothing to them. They disown me.
Mm-hmm. They disown you. Okay. And is it both of your parents? I mean, is it your whole family, or is it just, is there somebody in your family that you can maybe talk to?
I have no one.
Okay. All right. Well, you can always come in here and talk to me. My line is open at any time for you to, call me if you're ever having any troubles.
How would you know I'm going through if you never went through what I went through?
You're right. I've never went through what you've went through, but I've dealt with a lot of clients that have, and I've been able to help them to, regain their focus and get back on the right track. Just because you're in a family that a lot of families value grades. They want their kids to do good. They want their kids to go to the best colleges, and a lot of students feel the pressure.
School's not for everyone.
You're right. School isn't for everyone, but if doing good in school will help you feel better about yourself and will help your family feel better about you, then isn't it worth trying? Okay. Well, what we're going to do first is we're going to get you into that drug treatment program, if that's something that you would like to do. If that's something that you would like. Okay. We're going to get you into that drug treatment program, and in completion to that drug treatment program, we're going to get your family in here, and we're going to do some family counseling to see if hopefully, maybe there's something that, they're not telling you about that they feel, and you get to express to them how you feel. and it's, you know, a neutral setting. It's nobody's gonna be yelling, nobody's gonna be fighting. It's just gonna be your family, how you feel, how they feel, and I'll be there to listen. Okay, does that sound good? Okay, well, I'm gonna get the papers and stuff ready for you to get into your drug treatment program, and there's a suicide hotline that I would really want you to call if you ever get those feelings. Like I said, my line's always open for you to call. Um, just know that you do have somebody that's on your side. Don't think that you're alone, because you're not alone in this. Okay. All right. Well, is there anything else I could help you with today? Do you feel better?
I feel a little better.
Okay. That's great. Well, I want you to come back to me in about a week, and we're going to see how the drug treatment program is. Well, I'll come visit your drug treatment facility, and we'll see how you're holding
I
on.
don't really like that.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, Mr. Lee.
I think it's simple.